A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to Survival of No Limits. And here is where I could say, for sure, that with everything I've already talked about, with everything that I'm going to talk about as well, I will say that the subjects just keep on giving. There's a lot of ways that I could go along with this, but you know what? This is quite a big journey for me. As a result of that, Survival of No Limits is in fact going to be a pretty big thing going forward. It might actually expand into more than just one season. And that's mainly because of, well, yeah, you can pretty much tell that there's a lot of subjects here that I'm going to be talking about, at least for a while. Of course, this won't really be a thing that'll last forever, but I really do insist that anyone out there who pretty much watches this, that they can actually take in a few things and probably learn a few things here and there. Because you never really know what might actually be out there ready to hunt you down. So anyways, where do I go from here? How about a sinking car? Even though it's not necessarily a relevant thing going on right now, because after all, water is only starting to unfreeze. I might as well take up this opportunity because there might actually be a lot of other things nearby that might actually be something worth talking about. So I'm just going to take a few minutes here to talk a little bit about the sinking cars anomaly that we still have to this day. Of course, if you're familiar with the fact that you might be driving so close to a cliff, or you might be near a body of water, then well, there's also the likelihood that a storm surge could cause the sea levels to rise up, and as a result of that, you just might actually encounter some sort of body of water that the car might actually fall into, and it might not actually touch the floor because water levels would rise up high enough so that way it would sink. So of course, that's pretty much what the big problem about it is. The fact that your car can get lost under the ocean floor, or basically something of that sort. No matter what kind of body of water it is, be it a river, a lake, a stream, a pond, an ocean, a sea, or otherwise. Whatever body of water it might be, if it's a water source, or if it's a waterway, or if it's an inland or outland source, then regardless of the case, your car might actually end up in any one of those. And of course, if you're wanting to find a way to get out of them, then well, listen up. To get out of a sinking car, it's as simple as waiting until the car fills up with water, possibly filling it up with water to the point where if you want to open the window, then you can. No matter if it's manual or electric, then well, good luck with that. The electric ones can usually short out, and as a result, they won't be able to open on their own. So you might have to break through them with something like a screwdriver or a hammer or whatever kind of tool that you might actually have on hand. And once it breaks open, of course, you could swim out of there. But of course, if that doesn't really work either, then well, just open the door the old-fashioned way, with the usage of the handle inside the doors. But here's the big thing. You'll want to let the car fill up with water to the point where it's very close to being all the way up to the brim in the inside of the car itself. And then you want to open the door because water pressure is in fact going to keep it shut tight, and you might not be able to withstand it. But then once you're out of there, of course, you can pretty much swim out of there and use the bubbles that you breathe out to let you know which way is up, so that way you can get to the surface on time and fully intact. So there you go. How can you escape a sinking car is just like that. And where do I get all my information? Well, I have my sources. So of course, that's pretty much it there. But there is in fact a lot more that I could possibly talk about here before my time here is up. It could be decades from now. It might even happen tomorrow. You never really know. My death could be any time from now. So with that being said, that's all I got to talk about here for now. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.